Good morning, watch fans. This is Big Jim with the Big Giant 8.5-inch wrist. And today I've come up with an interesting idea. Something that I thought about a long time ago and never did a video on it because I didn't have enough watches. Well, that's not an issue now with 20 odd watches in my collection. I'm going to talk about titanium versus steel. So these are the closest watches I could find. This is an automatic 40 millimeter Reese, now called RZE. I believe it's Resolute. I think it's the Resolute. Titanium with a coating, makes it very hard, makes it gray instead of, normal color of titanium is a little bit duller than steel. This is the titanium G-Shock. The king of all G's, I like to call it. It is the Stealth Wealth, has been called online. It's a $1,700 watch. This is a $500 watch approximately right now. This is a $1,700 watch. This is a Tissel, this micro brand stainless steel 39 millimeter, but it measures closer to 40. Stainless steel, automatic movement, very accurate. $250 out of Korea. And this is, of course, a G-Shock square on a stainless steel bracelet. So, this is as close as I can come to going apples to apples. I realize having a $1,700 watch, it's worth more than all three of the other watches put together, kind of throws it off. But I think if you're just looking at titanium, not on, overall quality of finishing is going to come into it. I think it still plays a part, just because it is so close to the stainless steel bracelet over here in looks and in design. So let's get right to it. So pros and cons. Of course, titanium is brittle, but it also can be formed very, very thin and be very, very strong. Pound for pound, it's much stronger than steel. I've heard somewhere between 3 and 4 times as strong, but if you've done wrong, it can be a little brittle. So Reese has this really decent bracelet, and they've decided to go with a steel clasp. Excuse me, I'll put these down. So Reese went with a steel clasp, and actually so did Casio. Both of these, be really careful not to touch the watch with this. So that's a magnet. Well, So these are what they are, but they're not. It must be tin or something else. I don't know what they are, but they're not magnetic. So I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. Maybe they are. Maybe these bracelets are titanium. I don't know, but they're not magnetic. So I don't know. Maybe they are. Anyways, $500 for the Reese fold over clasp, safety pusher, safety clasp. The Casio G-Shock has the double fold over with the double pushers. So the Reese doesn't have any kind of design at all into the bracelet other than these fairly, ubiquitous links. I mean, it's okay. It's just not super attractive. It's a little undone for $500 in my opinion. Whereas Casio, granted, the price is much higher. What you'll see on the other one, to compare the other one, Casio's put these little shiny edges between each link. And this has got a DLC coating on it. This has got a proprietary coating on it, making them about equivalent for anti-scratch, because the raw titanium is very scratch. It'll scratch up big time. You can look at it wrong, it'll scratch. So, but the scratches are soft, I guess, because the titanium, it scratches easily, but it does buff out fairly easily too. It kind of fades on its own. It's a weird metal, but it's a great metal. I've had raw titanium bracelets before on watches. I had a bunch of Citizens. I had 4 of the Citizen titaniums over the last 5 years, and none of them impressed me at all. I'm just not that fan of Citizen watches. I've tried, believe me, I've tried them all, and I really like the titanium, and I just kind of got over it, basically. I have one titanium automatic, and I have one titanium digital. So let's compare the stainless. So very common on a $250 watch to see a mixture of brush and shine. So here's the shiny part, here's the brush part. The case is nicely done. Again, this is a $250 watch. The clasp is unbelievable for the price. It is in itself a clasp by itself, a clasp and a clasp by itself. unbelievable clasp, super comfortable, very adjustable. It's got a copy of the glide lock system in there. It makes it really easy to adjust on the fly. I wear this so much because the bracelet is unbelievably comfortable. When you compare the two, you can see, you know, this is a $500 watch and this is a $250 watch. You know, you can see finishing on the $250 watch is actually better. The finishing is better. I do believe the Reese coating does kind of hide all mistakes. It kind of, you know, it's super tough and it's super durable, but it makes everything kind of a matte gray, and it makes it a little dull in my opinion. The dial, of course, is not truly black on the Reese, which is RZE for anyone looking to buy one today. You know, both have signed crowns. Are you listening, Seiko? Signed crowns in a $250 watch, signed crown in a $500 watch. And I bought this on Kickstarter for $400 when it was still kickstarting last year. So, you know, Seiko, look at this, man. $250 watch with a signed crown. Come on, you're killing me. Anyways, so I think the finishing's better on the steel. I also know steel's easier to work with, so you can tune a machine to do this really quickly and easily. And I'm sure it's much harder on titanium. In fact, I know it is. I've read about a few people saying how much harder it is to get a great finish. But, you know, when you look at the finish on the Casios, you know, this is a copy. This isn't a real Casio bracelet, but it is a freaking unbelievable copy. It is unbelievable. You could not tell this wasn't a real bracelet. Very, very small difference between this and the real one. I mean, look at these two. Very close. Look how close they are, man. I mean, just unbelievable. So, really, look at these guys, man. These bracelets are unbelievable. So nice. So, you know, this has been worn a lot. The titanium's been worn a lot. No scratches. The DLC coating's unbelievable. I did not pay retail for this. I came close. I paid $14.50 for this 1 year ago this Friday. So it's been 364 days, 362 days I've had this watch. Just under a year. And I've had this one quite a bit longer. And I don't remember when I got this one. I had it a while, probably over 2 years. So long before I had the channel. So anyways, you know, you can see the finishing is very, very similar. You look at this way this thing's finished. You know, this is an $80 bracelet on AliExpress. And this is a $1,700 watch, not on AliExpress. So, you know, you can see the links are really similar. The finishing's really, really done to a high level on both. I'm impressed with the AliExpress bracelet only because, you know, it is an $80 bracelet, and it's a fantastic $80 bracelet. It's super comfortable. It gets worn. You know, I can beat the living daylights out of it. No, tomorrow I can have another one shipped here in a week for $80. So, you know, this weighs half what this weighs. This is like a 200-gram watch. This is like a 110-gram watch. Big difference in weight. Stylistically speaking, you know, I prefer the silver over the black. But I like the don't worry about it, I can break this watch of the stainless steel version. Because this is, you know, this is not, this also has sapphire crystal. It's all the titanium watches by Casio have titanium, have sapphire crystal. This has a standard, you know, G-Shock mineral crystal, and it's still very durable. They make a very good watch. I had one for 10 years I wore, and even though it was scratched to death, the damn thing never died. It literally never died. It was a pocket watch at the end, and it was running fine. I don't think I ever said it. Just very good. They're great watches. That's why I have so many of them. So anyways, you know, if you look at these two watches, this has gold accents. You know, this is just standard stainless steel. The pins and screws are all interchangeable all the way across. It's a great, great watch in stainless steel. And this is a $550 watch if you bought it, you know, real Casio with all parts. And this is $1,700 if you can find one used. They're about $1,100. So, you know, they're not really in the same ballpark, but man, they are great. Both great watches. I think in reality, I like the weight and the durability, and it never marks. I've worn the crap out of this, not a mark on it. I love that durability, but I prefer the look of the stainless. That's just me. All my other, I only literally have, how many black watches do I have? I only have 2 watches that have black cases. Both are Casios. You know, this is not DLC. This is just painted, and it's got a chip in the paint somewhere. Right there is a chip in the paint. So, and this is on a combi bracelet, so it really doesn't count. But, you know, I prefer the stainless steel look. And it's just me. I had ordered the AliExpress titanium bracelet and it literally never shipped. So I just canceled the order after 4 months. So anyways, you know, this is my take on titanium versus stainless steel. They both have their pros and cons. I probably would never, ever go out of my way again to buy a watch just because it's titanium. This is the last watch I bought because of titanium, was the Reese. I bought it right after I bought this one, and I got this one literally delivered overnight. It was amazing. The guy who bought it from us on eBay, just unbelievably fast. $1,450 delivered overnight. He had one in LA and he shipped it to me immediately. And so great watch. I'm not done with titanium, but it has to be a totality of what I want. And you know what I wanted black, because I didn't have a black digital watch at the time. I didn't have a black digital square at the time. I wanted the sapphire more than anything because I am so hard on watches, and which meant I had to get titanium, and I had no idea I'd like it so much. I don't like it more than the other ones. I like it about as much as the other ones. It was very expensive, and I wish I had waited and bought one on the used market. But I'm, you know, like most watch addicts, I had to have it right now. So I bought it right then and right there. So, you know, I'm an addict. What are you going to do? Of the watches that are here, easily the best finished, you know, the overall best watch, in my opinion, is still the Tissell. It's accurate, it's comfortable, got an amazing bracelet, it's got very good polished edges and sides, everything works. It's a simple watch. It's made after an icon that I would love to own someday. If I could get my hands on a Rolex Explorer, I would own one if I can get one for close to retail, it would be mine. Right now, they're about 10 grand, $11,000 for a good version of the Rolex Explorer. Probably overpriced at that point, but I would own one at $8,000 all day long if I could find a 39mm Mark II. So this is a copy of the 39mm Mark II. Very, very close. So very good watch. I like it a lot. The only thing I would change on this would be get rid of the Mercedes and go with regular stick hands like this. I think it will look great. But they don't make that watch. I have seen somebody on Instagram had one. He had it custom done. He bought Rolex hands off of a 41mm, and he had to put it on there. It looked really good. Anyways, it can be done. Anything can be done if you got enough money. So that's my take on titanium versus steel. You know, I like titanium. I like it a lot. I would probably never go out of my way again to buy one that was just titanium just because I had to have it. I kind of learned my lesson with all those Citizens I owned that were just raw titanium that were just nothing to brag about. And they all scratch up really badly. So if you're going to get titanium and scratches bother you, you got to get one that's coated. And these coatings are great by RZE and by Casio. So that's what I have to say about titanium versus steel. I want you all to have a great one, and I'll see you next time.